Bellaire. And Bellaire is receiving, and
Mark DeMichael, number 25, is running up.
and it's a low kick, but it
Tommy Strushin.
Tom Strushin receives the ball. He made it to about the 37-yard line. 30.
Is the split end left. Strushin is the split end right. Stavinsky's in the slot. As Ross hits the fly. Back to pass Wood. The quick out to Milnick. Incomplete. It would have been a very short gain. As Ross goes trying to hit the B's, he looks a little shaky over here, Gino. Oh, he feels. Milnick will be tight at left end. There'll be twin receivers right.
Can't see any kind of a sweep here. It's got to be, I don't know what that is, but I didn't see a Crusader move.
Looked like everybody was away from the neutral zone. And it's going to be against the offense. So Bellaire, their worst enemy here. Another 5-yard penalty. And there's our buddy from Weirton. Luke Contupis is the deep man.
Yeah, they put Louis back there where he don't have to run a whole lot.
They're in the shotgun. Spencer with a 4-man rush. Woods is back. He's going to throw it. He lobs it up, and it's almost intercepted on the near sideline by Tommy Rosovich. The pass was intended for Tom Strushin, but he got double coverage. And Graziani and DiDonato. Twin safety. Gianangeli fumbles the snap, and he's hit, and he's going to be speared. Coming through for the Crusader defense, making the big play, Timmy O'Mara. And Central now comes up with the break. And they're in Bellaire territory, and let's see if the Crusaders can do a little bit better than the Big Reds have done. That was a 10-yard loss, and Central has it 1st and 10 at the Bellaire 35. Bellaire started 1st and 10 at the Central 45. Wishbone, handoff, right side. Carrying the ball, I think, was Graziani. Nope, it was Tommy Arosevich. He played entering the Crusader huddle.
There wasn't a whole lot there at all for Tommy to run through. He had to just use his legs once he got hit to try to move some people out. Look at this formation.
They're shifting around. I don't, it's an offset eye. And the offset man, Arosevich, gets the handoff over the left side, short yardage, shoestring tackle by one of the other tri-captains, Brian Ramsey, the other defensive tackle. 3rd and long at the Bellaire 32.
This is kind of a rain dance they do this time.
They're into tandem I. Now they'll shift, and DeLeonardo's the only back in the backfield. Succott's back to pass. He's hit, and he's smeared. He had a receiver open, Greg Peters, but he did not have any time to get rid of the football. His charging through was big
On the left side and just had no time. Defender came through, put the big paw to Elson on the right arm, and that was it.
a loss of 3. And on 4th and 10, Graziani will punt. He's aiming for the near sideline, and he may get it inside the 5. Great punt by Tony Graziani. Spelling out at the 5-yard line, so only a 30-yard punt. However, inside the 10-yard line and out of bounds, and Bellaire will have 95.
Their offense, but the defense has made a couple of things happen. See what they can do here.
Throw I for the Big Reds at their own 5. Scotty Woods, the quarterback. Hands off to Philip Green over the left side. Excuse me, Gino. And Green charges out to about the 8 or 9 before Dave DeBeasy puts him down.
I guess.
Che. Pitch back. Here comes Green. He has a little bit of running room. Gets over the 10 and stretches his body to the 12 or 13 before Tom Arosevich, Tim Delator, and Mark Taglione put him down. Big defensive play for the Crusaders. Baxter and I and twin receivers, Streshin and Stabinski, are far to the left. Central's defense is tight. Same pitch to the right side. Philip Green struggling for yardage. He'll not make it as he swarmed over at about the 14. Dave DeBeasy there. And on the bottom of the pile, 85, Bill DeLeonardo. So Philip Green, who appeared to have a little...
Able to box him in and knock him down.
G.N. Angeli in punt formation. High snap that goes off of his fingertip, and he's down in the end zone. He went down to pick the football up, and his knee touched, and it's going to be a safety. Jimmy O'Mara was there to cover him, but once G.N. Angeli went down on his knees and picked the football up on his knees, the official immediately blew the whistle and signaled safety. Second safety I've seen in 2 nights. And Central will be on top 2-0 on the safety. And will receive the free kick and should get pretty good field position. When G.N. Angeli was not able to field the high snap, when he went back into the end zone, he picked it up, but he was on one knee. So Central takes a 2-0 lead. And there's another bug. Get him, Gino. Bang. You got it. You're quicker
around like him.
You're quicker than Roscoe. Ian Angeli will free kick it, and he sparrows it high. And Graziani will field at his 33. Running room, 40, 45, midfield, 40. Flips down as he cuts, trying to cut back at the Bellaire 39-yard line, and he's brought down by Kelly Porter at the Bellaire 38. So Central with excellent field position. But the last man, he couldn't get around because there's no way you're going to cut on this surface. Central is in the true run-and-shoot offense. And there's a little draw play over the left side, and it looked like it was Dean DiBerardino at the fullback position that time as he gets the carry. A few other things, it has minus yards. Now Central's in the I backfield, and now they shift into the running-shoot. DiBerardino, the only back in the backfield, he gets the carry, breaks one tackle at the 35 and struggles to the 33. He got out of the grasp of big David Elson, the 280-pounder, and got a gain out of it as, again, run-and-shoot offense. Long count by John Suckots. In motion. Suckots will carry the football as in motion was Tony Lucanetti. I don't know if it was a broken play or not, but Suckots will be hit. However, Gian Angeli on the snap on 4th and 4. Suckots tried to pull out too quickly. The ball went off of his knee, and Bellaire has recovered around the 30-yard line. And the Big Reds will take over 1st and 10 at their 31. The backs are split. Gian Angeli. There you go. And back to pass is Woods. He's looking. He has plenty of time. He drills one nice pitch by Sabinski at the 40, and Sabinski has a big red first down. At about the 44 before Tony Graziani brings him down.
John today to throw the ball. You can't give any fault, I don't think, to the Crusader defensive backs there.
About a 13-yard pickup, and Bellaire has their first down of the afternoon. In fact, that may be the first down for either team.
Got it.
On play action, Woods is back, and he drills it into the ground. His pass was intended for Mark Milnick, the tight end. Doublenik dropped the pass. Milnick is split to the left, swings to the right. Sabinski and Streshin. The backs are in an eye, and straight back into pocket is Woods, and he has his receiver, and that's Milnick, and he'll be close, if not have enough for the first down, and we think he does, at the central 46-yard line.
But on a slant end, if you don't get in front of it, there's no way you can stop it.
The one thing I like about Woods is his size. 6'2", he's only a sophomore, and throws a hard ball. First and 10 at the Crusader 45. There's a little draw play, and it's sprung as Philip Green across the 40 down to the central 37. Tim Delatorre got him, but we have a flag. At the line would be holding, so their best running play of the afternoon, negated by the penalty. Big Reds, it'll be first and 20 at the Bellaire 45. Milnick is split left, twins to the right. Long count by Scotty Wood. Draw play, Philip Green, short yardage. He'll get to the 46, a gain of 1.
If you figure it worked once, you might as well go back to the well and see if it works a second time.
The Crusaders of Catholic Central lead the Bellaire Big Reds 2-0 on a safety, and we'll be back in 30 minutes. We'll have Bellaire 2nd and 19.
Bellaire lined up about 3 years from the line of scrimmage. I should say huddled 3 years from the line of scrimmage, and Woods goes into the shotgun with twins to the right. A single receiver split left. Woods back to pass, has lots of time, flips it over the middle, and incomplete. His intended receiver, number 25, Mark Milnick, down at the Crusader 43-yard line.
Only 2 out of 7 for 24 yards. Both of the first downs have been in the air for Bellaire.
All the Crusaders want to do here is keep Bellaire from picking up the first down. They'll give him the short pass. One of the Bellaire linemen move, and that'll help the Crusader cause. Coming across, give him a little pop to let him know, yeah, you moved. Greg Peters came across and give a little pop to number 73. Dwayne.
3 fins.
Third 24. My license is fluttering out the window. Woods on the draw to Green, and Green will get very short yardage. About a 3-yarder out to the 43-yard line. They'll mark him at the 44 for the sake of argument, give him almost 4. Throw the ball a little bit. There's the snap. Gianangeli kicks it away. Tony Graziani fields it at the 26, breaks the tackle at the 30, pops it out to about the 35-yard line. And Crusaders will have decent field position at the 35. Crusaders have had some nice field position. That's where we stand. 2-0 Crusaders, 11:02 to go, second period. Tony Graziani, wide right, back to pass to Suckotch. Has some pressure, flips a little screen over the middle, and the outstretched hands of number 53, Brian Ramsey, keeps a screen pass from being completed to Dean DiBerardino. No, not DiBerardino. Check that.
Few reasons. Because he plays both ways as DiBerardino. Dean was in the last series.
Second down and 10. Ball just a hair short of the 35 of Catholic Central Crusaders. Suckotch back to pass. Flat pass out to Graziani, in and out of his hands, and a pretty good lick put on him by Kelly Porter to prevent the completion. Would have been about a 6-7 yard gain instead of interception. Crusaders with slots to both sides. Motion to the near side. Lupinetti back to pass. Suckotch has some time, throws the flat pass out to Lupinetti, and it's incomplete. So Suckotch just going for the short completion on 3rd and 10 would have only been a gain of about 2 yards. It's incomplete. The Crusaders will have to kick it away. Graz can get a nice kick away. Bellaire should have real nice field position. Back to receive the kick is Strusen.
Rush is on.
Graz gets it away. Nice spiral to the far side, away from the intended kick returner, and it'll roll dead at the 28-yard line. Strusen had no chance for it because and almost brought down by the Crusaders' Timmy Delator, and he may have been off to the races had he been able to pull it down.
Yeah, Timmy was moving when the pass was tipped. He had to reach back with one arm, but he was wide open in the flat, would have had clear sailing. Good.
Philip Green, the tailback, for a ride. Woods drops back to pass on 2nd and 10. Looks downfield, throws long, and it's in and out of the hand. Tommy Arasov, it's actually not in and out of his hands. He got one paw on it. There's the one over the top of the intended receiver.
But performing too well in the wet this afternoon. He's 2 out of 9.
Looks like, John, that he just wants to go to his primary receiver every time. He's not looking off to a secondary receiver. Maybe because of the mud, he's afraid to turn and look. Woods rolls left, wants to throw in 3rd and 10, throws it, and incomplete. Almost an interception. Tony Graziani, as he dived for it. Intended receiver was Jim Sabinski.
He rushes on.
Here they come, and they don't get it. Fair catch called for. That's not Graziani, that's Mark DiDonato back at the 32-yard line. Slips and falls, and it'll be down, maybe at the 33-yard line of Catholic Central. So the Crusaders...
And a safety involved in that.
I thought you were going to say an exercise in futility. I was going to agree with you. Slots to both sides, and Suckot's back to pass. Quick out and complete to Bobby Prodigal. Makes the reception, and he's nailed at about the 38-yard line. Is that the 38?
Mm-hmm. But we've got the flag, and somebody I got to believe was moving.
Most of them will tell you, we can't afford new stuff. I've had this stuff for 7 years.
The sideline guys probably aren't too unhappy because they're in the grassy area.
Yes. They don't look dirty. 1st and 15, back to pass Suckot. Swings it for the sideline and overthrows Tony Graziani. Had he let him down the sideline, Graz was pretty much in the clear. It'll be 2nd and 15. Again, the Crusaders with key in the backfield, slot right. Back to pass Graz, throws over the middle. Bobby Prodigal is overthrown, and it's intercepted by Mark Spigarelli. Spigarelli now down, fighting for the yard line again at the 42-yard line, I think. We're acting like we've never seen an Italian name before. It's just when you look down at the program and pick a name out, you don't come up with it right away. Slot right, a tight eye. And Woods hands off to Green as he tries the left side. He goes nowhere. The ball is fumbled, and Mark DiDonato comes up with it at the 44.
Good hit put on by the Crusaders. Brian DeAndre at a defensive tackle that time. Gene, the ball sprung loose, and DiDonato, the ball off to the ears, fell on it. Bellaire, a -6 on the ground in 10 play.
1st and 10 Crusaders. Pitch, scoot body right. To the right side to Lupinetti. He drops it to Bellaire hands.
My goodness gracious. We do have a flag on the play.
Well, usually that won't do you any good because had it been against the defense, being offside, the play would have been stopped. It's motion against the Crusaders and Crusader territory. Little pass 2 comes to our KY Steubenville. Woods will go in for the shotgun. Wide right is Strusson. Over the middle he goes to Green, and it's complete down at Crusader 35. He drops the ball. It's loose, and it's a Crusader play after him.
Holy Christmas. What's that, 3 plays, 3 fumbles?
3 plays, 3 fumbles. It's going to be about a 14-yard completion, but the Crusaders will have the football.
Now, Central has it 1st and 10 at their 33, and I'd like nothing more than to get about a 6-minute drive going here.
Rasovich is wide right. Handoff to the deep back. That is Lupinetti. Lupinetti breaks the tackle at the 35. Still on his feet, 40, 45, 50, and down to the 47-yard line of Bellaire.
Nice effort by Bubba Lupinetti.
I thought he was down. Back at almost the line of scrimmage.
Finally stopped by Chad Mail. Excellent running. Meanwhile, Central went from the tandem eye that time. You know, 3 players behind quarterback Suckott. A power blast over the...
That's the first down, John?
That's the first I've got on my stat sheet.
Each team has only 1?
I got Bellaire with Bellaire passing first down.
That's right. And up right side, Lupinetti again. Same play, and this time it doesn't go.
Yeah, Dave Elson, the 280-pounder, was penetrating into the backfield. Hasn't rained.
Yeah. 2-0 Catholic Central. It's rained enough that they have 2 of their 3 parking areas close here. Pitch right side. Lupinetti again will try to turn the corner. Doesn't quite get it turned before he's met and driven out of bounds at the 41-yard line. And a fans wanting a little late push on Gianangeli, but nothing will come from the officials on that.
Well, the line up today came from a Hall of Fame engagement down at Bellaire High, I understand.
Game was at 5 to the 42. Pitch Lupinetti again right side. Flags all over the place. Lupinetti's driven out of bounds at the 40. Lupinetti picked up 5 on the previous play, but we'll wait and take a check of the flags on this one. 5 from the 4. Bring up third. Putting the 6th third, a little bit more than 8. You got a hot hand, you play it. Third and 8. Spot right, back to pass to Suckott. Has some time, looks downfield, throws complete to Graziani at the 34. 30, 25, and driven out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Nice pattern run by the Crusaders, and Suckott got himself some good time, but we do have a flag at the line of scrimmage.
Honest yardage here, but it's tough in the mud. 10-yard penalty. So from a first down at the 23, which is where the beanbag ended up, we're all the way back.
Oh, let's see if Central plays it safe here on third and extremely long.
Suckott back to pass. There's lots of room if he wants to run, decides to throw, and he throws it out of bounds. Almost complete to, that's not Jim, is it? No, that's not right. All right, well, this is the first time he stood in real muck. See if he can get a good snap. You do get a good snap, not a big rush. High end overhead kick, fair catch called for and made by Mark Spigarelli back at the Bellaire 24-yard line. I'm kind of surprised he called this mediocre field position at their own 24. Woods in the shotgun, trying to buy some time. Back to pass. Wide receivers to both sides. Swings it out of the backfield, complete to Saunders, and Saunders will be knocked down at about the 32-yard line by the Crusaders' Dean DiBerardino. It'll be closer instead of the first. Second down and about 2. Again, Woods in the gun.
And that's a surprise.
Wide to the left is Strusser. Second and 2. Back to pass. Wants to go over the middle, and it's incomplete. He wanted to go to Philip Green over the middle. But one of the Crusaders got a big paw up and knocked it down.
That was Mark Taglione. That's the second time. Billy DiNardo had one earlier that was almost intercepted by 10 yards.
I agree. Down to the yard.
Boy, we agree for a change?
Yeah, must be getting a flat tire. Woods back to pass on third and short, throws over the middle, complete to Green, and his knee touches down at the 42-yard line of Bellaire. Otherwise, he's had some more yardage. That'll be more than enough for the first down as he picks up. Look at him marking the foot, Bellaire. Possession at their own 43. Woods this time under center with wide left and right. And off Green. He'll just try to muddle up the middle. He'll get about 4 yards, maybe 5 out to the 48. Mark Taglione comes up off the bottom. He had the first hit. Here. I hope Dave Elias is getting all those scores ready. I don't see any fans. Shotgun. With left flanker right. Wood. Looks. Throws to the left sideline. In and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Tom Strusser. Strusser again had it right there, and he just couldn't hang on to it. It's incomplete. Green will be to his right. Jamie Riggs to his left. Back to pass is Woods. Looks over the middle. Now he goes long down the left sideline, and it is incomplete. The closest man to it was the Crusaders' Tony Graziani. It was intended for Tom Strusser. Go in the second period. Woods this time will go up under center. Throw set. Right in the middle of the field. Back to pass. Wants to set up a screen. Throws it, and it's complete to Green, and Green falls. Green might have had some room to go somewhere, but he falls a yard short of the line of scrimmage. I'm going to give him a loss of 1. Gianangeli will have to kick it away. No rush. Hand over end kick. Giles wants a fair catch, and he gets it at the 20-yard line. The Crusaders, 1st and 10 there with 3:02 to go in the second period. They lead 2-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. First play from scrimmage from the 20, handoff right side. Lupinetti will get about 4 out to the 24-yard line as the Crusaders operate in their own territory. Second and about 6. Twins to the left. Handoff left side. Again, Lupinetti crosses the 30-yard line, maybe to the 31, 32. And a first down for the Crusaders.
That time from the straight eye, Gene, and that's the second first down. And Lupinetti, as we've seen him in previous weeks, doesn't show a great amount of speed, but picks his hole very well and follows his blockers.
He's able to pick up an extra 10 yards. Down to 2:10 of the second period. High backfield, handoff left side, Lupinetti. This time he's met and nailed at the line of scrimmage.
Big hit put on by 57.
There's no momentum.
2nd and 9.
Tandem high. Handoff left side, Lupinetti again finds an opening this time. He'll get out to the 40, 42, starts turning. He's near the first down marker out of nothing. He picks up almost 9 yards.
He got an extra 5 there as he dragged the tacklers with him.
Bubba just kept churning and churning.
And I noticed Bubba will put 2 hands over the ball when he gets into traffic, Gino, not wanting to lose the fumble, as Central has fumbled it 3 times and lost all 3.
Well, what are we going to give him?
We'll give him to the 40, gain of 7, 3rd and short.
Stack eye, tandem eye, whatever you like to call it. Handoff left side, Lupinetti breaks it across the 45, out to the 46-yard line, and a first down.
So the Central ground game, which was non-existent in the first quarter, in fact, for much of the first half, has come alive on this drive.
Starting to churn a little bit and pick up some yardage.
They've moved.
You're going to score on a run. You need to break someone loose. You need to get a defender to slip and fall is what you need. Lupinetti again dives over the top to the midfield stripe, 5 yards, 2nd and 5.
Down to midfield.
The defense has been magnificent. Going to air it out down the right sideline. It's a lame duck. Up they go, and Prodigal brought it down. Spinarelli got his hands on it first. Prodigal got into his arms, got the ball to pop up, and he almost brought it down. Practice balls. They're going to balloon. Suckotch, handoff left side, Lupinetti. A little bit of room to run, cross the 45 down to the 44-yard line. Crusaders call timeout one more time. Well, then a lot better view out there. So 1st and 10 at the Bellaire 44. Suckotch back to pass. Looks down the sideline. It's intercepted by Chad Mell. And that'll end that drive. So with only 14 seconds left on the clock, it was a chance worth taking. The Crusaders tried to get a quick out on the sideline and get it out of bounds. These brothers have kicked field goals down here.
I think this would be the 3rd.
Where the youngster a couple of years ago was automatic. So 1st and 10, Bellaire at their own 44, and Woods will just choose to take 2 steps back and fall on it.
That is very surprising.
And he will lose...
At least 8 and possibly 9 or 10 points, and that forces the Bellaire squad to score twice, and so far they have not been able to move the football.
He angles it, and Di Donato and Graziani fight for it. Graziani gets it, comes up to the 30 and gets across to the 32, and he slows line but good.
Big hit by Rick Saunders.
Going to get a bodacious hit and has to meet the criteria. The 1st and 10 Crusaders will work it from the 32 of Catholic Central. Long count. Suckotch hands off right side. It's the big guy as he tries to make some room up the middle, Bill DiLeonardo.
I think we'll see him a lot more in the second half because of the fact that you mentioned the big man. You like a big, strong, fullback in the muck. Injured in practice in the middle of the week. May return for the JU game next week.
Second and about 5 for the Crusaders. Tandem I. Pitch to the deep back. Handoff to the deep back, excuse me. Lupinetti crosses the 40-yard line out to the 42 before he's dragged down. On the stop for Bellaire was wide to the near side is Arasevich. Tight end left. Tandem I. Handoff, Lupinetti deep, lots of room, and then all of a sudden it closes up, and it's a fumble, and Bellaire has it. Looked like Bubba was going to have lots of room to go through the line. All of a sudden it closed up, and Bellaire comes up with it. For Bellaire.
I got to believe we'll see a lot more of Philip Green here in the second half.
Wide right is number 8. They have no number 8 on the program. Handoff, Philip Green in the backfield, breaks a tackle at the line, down to the 34-yard line of Catholic Central. Big running play of the game. An 11-yard pickup by Green. Wide left is Strussin. Twins to the right. Woods with a long count. Handoff Green again. Dances at the line of scrimmage. Gets through the line and down to the 30. Tackle finally made by Cliff Keeper. Certainly no reason not to if he keeps running like that to keep giving the ball. Saunders is his blocking back. Green the deep back. Twins right. Strussin wide left. Almost fumbling the snap is Wood. Back to pass. Rolling left. Wants to throw it. Dumps it out of bounds. And if that's not grounding, there's the flag.
Well, Wood did the right thing, Gino, but he threw it in the wrong area. He had a receiver about 10 yards downfield, but he didn't even throw it near the receiver. Had he thrown it out of bounds?
Was the 40.
35.
So, ball was at the 40. Lost it down. Third down and about 17.
So it's really a 10-yard loss because the line of scrimmage was the 30. But he threw it from the 35, so that's a break for the Crusaders.
Third and 17, maybe 18. Wood in the shotgun. Strussin left. Woods right. Back to pass Woods. Pressure coming from the backside. Here goes, and Tommy Arasevich can't hold on.
That was David DeBeasy all over quarterback Wood. Man, he came on the blitz and firing through.
And it was Arasevich almost intercepting, but the intended receiver had him by the jersey, and he couldn't drag it down.
Linebacker DeBeasy, who moves in and out of the line. He'll play a linebacker, and he'll also play a down nose man or a down tackle.
Crusaders need for this ball to hit on a piece of hard ground if there is any. He kicks it straight away. Let it bounce, boys, and see if it gets in there. Bounces inside the 5, and it bounced into the end zone. Yes, it did. Louis Cantupas right on top of it, saw the ball squirt into the end zone. One of the Bellaire Big Reds dragged it back out. Very close to the 1. The guy that dove at it made the mistake of doing just that, diving at it. It bounced off of it. Lupinetti straight up the gut, cradles the ball with both hands. A nice pickup of 10 out to the 30-yard line, and it should be a first down.
Excellent job by the left side of the Crusader offensive line, along with the 2 blocking backs coming through. Huge hole for Lupinetti.
That was just the way.
9, Gino, at the 29, about 9.5. Second and a short 1.
Sukoc with a slot left. Hands off Lupinetti again. Crosses the 30, 35, outside, 40, and maybe the 41-yard line. Nice pickup. Lupinetti with about a 12-yard pickup. They give him the 41.
Half, clock moving. 8:14 to go here in the third quarter. Central leads by 2-0, and I'd like to get a real nice 7 or 8 minute drive going on the ground.
No doubt about it. I'm glad you can see the clock, by the way.
Yeah,
I can't.
I'll keep helping you out with the clock. Meanwhile, there's a momentary delay. For what I don't know, the official would
Slosh. Louis just standing back in the defensive backfield.
picking a nice green spot out. Lou, I always knew you were sharp.
Lupinetti again will try to turn the left corner. Has the 50-yard line, and he's run out of bounds and onto the track. Crusader coaches want a flag, and it seems that someone may be hurt. So across the field go the Central coaches.
Could be Lupinetti, the ball carrier, but he gets up, Gene, and they continue to pound over that left side for big yardage. They found something at halftime. They went over it, and they're pounding that left side.
Well, the official waved.
2nd and 1, and boy, these are nice possessions. 2nd and 2, 2nd and 1, 2.5 yards.
You might as well go to him again. Play your hot hand. Bubba gets the first down to the 48-yard line as he dives into a mess. The left side of the Crusader line evidently is finding a weakness, and they're exploiting it. Bubba's picking up nice yardage.
That second quarter to get out of a hole, and now they started on their second possession here in the third quarter.
Started at the 20, they're at the Bellaire 48. Hand off left side, I think it's Bubba again. He'll get down to the 45, but there's that yellow handkerchief.
Probably a hold or blocking below the
Catholic Central the first 4 weeks at the chop block below the waist. So, well, they've been running short side, John. When they were on this side, they were running this side to the short side, running away from the strength of the Bellaire defense. Back to pass, Suckots throws it into the flat for Bob Bodigal. Turns around, and he's not going to have a whole lot more than the 7 yards that he originally had, out to the 47.
Boy, the defensive back that time for Bellaire, Kelly Porter, was about 20 yards off of Bodigal. Clock moving, 6:45 to go in the third quarter. Central still leading 2-0 on the safety.
Suckots. Back to pass again. Quick slant. Graziani complete. He'll get down to the Bellaire 45-yard line. Tony Graziani spun off of the tackle and out of the hands of a potential tackler.
Down to the, with a nice 33 on his white jersey.
He's quick. Back to pass Suckots. He throws it for Bird, but it's incomplete high over his head.
So that'll more yards to kick and put one inside the 5.
Spigarelli and Strussin. And Graz gets a nice kick. It's a driving kick, but it bounces into the end zone. It hit at the 1-yard line. But Tony Graziani with a nice kick into the end zone. It'll be Bellaire's ball first and 10 at the 20. The Crusaders lead 2-0 with 5:54 to go in the third period, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
And homemade chili and great soups. Famous Damus Donuts, open 24 hours at 251 Main Street in Wintersville and 5:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. in Mingo. Don't forget, meatball and sausage sandwiches are just $1.50 on football nights.
Well, Wood from the 19.
Central needs to stay away from giving the big play, which has hampered them through the season.
Wide to the near side is Milnick. Strussin to the right side. Woods in the gun. Back to pass, rolls left. Kiefer puts a little heat on him. Now Kiefer catches up with him, has him by the pants, and drags him down.
Good coverage by the Crusaders secondary. It was only a 3-man pattern. The intended receiver was Milnick, but in 13.
Out of the gun operates Woods. DiDonato pretty much up close to Strussin on the near side. Gives him a bump. Woods looks downfield over the middle, and it's intercepted by, no, he didn't hold on to it. Tony Graziani had it, but couldn't hold on to it as he dove for it at about the 30. They have to do for an interception. They both had their hands on a couple.
We got a new punter in.
Who is he? 31.
Honeycutt and left Gian Angeli change his jersey.
Well, DiDonato calls for a fair catch at the 44-yard line.
But it is 44 on the helmet. He changed his jersey.
Okay. 44, 43.
Excuse me, 43-yard line?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
There's the marker, unless it's been kicked 5 yards. Hand off. Lupanetti deep in the back. Boy, does he just keep turning. He picks up 3 extra yards when he should have probably got 1. He was hit just past the line of scrimmage into a stack of red shirts and just kept driving, was able to drive down to the 39-yard line. A pickup of 4.
So it was only it continues to move 3-4 they can get into scoring position.
2nd and 6. Suckots. Hand off right side out of the tandem eye. Lupanetti, room to run over the middle down to the 31-yard line, and he has a first down.
Real nice block that time by Cliff Kiefer, and also 74, Mark Caglione opening that big hole on the right side. Now they're going to the right side.
Coming to the
big dude.
Yeah. You try to move him. I don't want to. See the guy in the paper? Yeah, off right side, Lupanetti crosses the line of scrimmage down to the 25, and I think he lost his footing or he'd have gone further.
Dean DiBerardino and Greg Peters with excellent.
Stacked eye, hand off right side, Lupanetti, flag goes down. And I'm afraid once again we're going to see motion against the Crusaders.
You know, I wasn't able to see when Central had the football the last time when they ran. Afternoon of the year?
I think it's our only year outside of the Brook game I have to do down at Greenbrier. 2nd and 9, Lupanetti, right side, turns the corner, 25, 23, the ball is fumbled out of bounds, and it'll be a first down at the 18.
Okay.
Boy, if you're going to fumble, that's what you want to do.
44 total. On the ground.
Lupanetti, deep back, hand off deep, down to the 12, maybe the 13-yard line, but anyway, he's got about 5. balance right. Vandermeer to get the extra blocker out front. Lupinetti again carries it down to the 10-yard line. Well, that was if you could pop it for a touchdown. Vandermeer right. Hand off Lupinetti. Tackler misses him in the backfield. He fights his way down to the 7-yard line and a first down.
Yeah, coming through on the quick look that time was 26, Jamie Riggs, and if he got Papa Lupinetti, it would have been a loss and Central to have 4th and long, but it looks like a first down.
Wing right. Lupinetti. Sweeps right side. 4-yard line, maybe. Now they're going to mark him at the 5, a pickup of 3. Lupinetti, right side. Good body right to the goal line. Touchdown, Crusaders.
Huddle. I love it. Crusaders are ecstatic. Great job by the offense. Now that's a touchdown in the field goal. The run got completely off balance on that play, and Lupinetti just danced and turned the left side. Well, nice job, Gino. I'll let you.
Huddle. We'll probably giggle a little bit. I was going to say, think they're slippering out there. I like that play. So Michael will kick it off.
He doesn't get out of it, but not a bad kick. It's good bounce.
Stresson takes it at the 10-yard line. He'll try to cut back to the middle. He's going to find some white shirts, and he's nailed at about the 27-yard line. Cut it back to the middle. His blockers were on the near side, and when he got down to the middle, all he saw was 5 white jerseys. This is the Crusaders. If they can stop Bellaire here, it'll go a long way to seal this one up. Oh, some motion. Bellaire moved all over the place.
But the clock did run out, Gino.
Oh, no penalty.
The official was watching the clock.
It runs out first. That's the way she goes. Crusaders with a 10-0 lead at the end of 3. The Nisa will bring you the win after 30 seconds of message.
Who did you pick? Just like you.
Must have listened to me earlier in the week.
Very good. First and 10, Bellaire, they're 29, 10-0 Central as we start the 4th quarter. Philip Green will go in motion. They'll flip the right side. Back to pass is Woods. He's under pressure. He's going to get hit. He gets away. He's rolling. He has running there. Now we have a foul. Cut the 20, 25, and he's put up at the 30-yard line. Now back at the 20.
He went down bent, too. Doubled him over, and he's not getting up. That was, and then Mark just doubled him over. He went backwards. I don't want to say backwards. He went down sideways.
And the Crusader appears to be injured.
He's the one that took the block.
It looks like David Owen. Maybe he's just got a lot of dirt in his eye as they took his helmet out off, and Craig Farrar is out there trying to help him out. David is just covered with mud.
Can't see.
So the penalty will be way back, and I said the 20.
Yeah,
And they'll mark it off half the distance to the 10. The initial line of scrimmage was the 29, so in essence, that's still penalty, and Bellaire is way back in their territory.
Now it happened to Bellaire there, so I can do this, and I guess we're rooting for the other team. I don't like that point of infraction rule at all.
It really 9 at their 10. They're in an I backfield. And we have a new quarterback in there, and right up the middle goes the fullback, and he's into the secondary, and he's across the 35, and that was Jamie Riggs. Got the Crusaders defense napping. Backs are in an I.
Woods is back.
Woods is back, and he misses the handoff, and then he turns into the line close to the first down. He turned the wrong way. He turned right, and the fullback went to the left. But Woods, Riggs is the fullback, and Philip Green is the tailback. 10-0, 10-15 to go in the game. Green, left side, short gain to the 40. Woods brings the squad out in the shotgun on 2nd and 9. High snap, Woods rolls right. He's looking for Milnick. He has him out in the right flat, and he's near the Crusader 45-yard line. And has
Mike Wren has given Bellaire the idea that they can move the ball. Crusaders need to pop someone and make something happen.
Rakes on the fullback up the middle. Moves it across the 45 down to the 43. And is in at a defensive end position. Normally plays a down tackle. Shotgun. High snap. Woods is back. He's looking. He has Stresson open over the middle on a turn-in, but he threw it too low at the Crusader 30-yard line. The center. And he's under pressure when he's in the shotgun.
There's Bethany Collins with a couple of snaps, but they were nowhere near as big as this guy.
The left-handed center. In the shotgun, Woods is back. And Sam is as a receiver. Stresson, but he's ready to touch the pass. He'll get the gun 19, and it's tough to see the numbers. It is. Mark Donato has one-on-one coverage against Tom Stresson, and the pass is incomplete. But the game is just and Stresson, a single receiver left. Center with a four-man rush.
Over his head one time.
Long count. Good snap. Plenty of time for Wood. Now he looks. Now he's going to run. He loses the football. He picks it up. He's at the 45. He's at the 40. And goes to the first down. Inside the 40 at about the 36-yard line. It's going to be very close. Sitton and Melnick are twins right. Stresson is split left.
See if the Crusaders send some linebackers.
Fullback, Riggs, right up the middle, has some running room. Riggs crawls across the 30. Down to the central 29, maybe the 28. Time. The quarterback Wood. Clock moving down to 7:15 to go in the game. Back to pass over the middle to Melnick. Incomplete flag. I think they said one of the Crusaders held him up, and pass interference may be called on linebacker Stevie Nang. He did make some contact, but Melnick wasn't even looking for the ball,
Wasn't anywhere near him. I don't know. It'll be called like a holding call would be called. You kept him from getting to an area or kept him from, getting to run his route at all. Regardless, it's going to cost big-time yardage. It's about 14 yards down to the 14. The noise I'd be making.
High backfield, twins right, deep man, Green, through a hole, 10, 5, he dives inside the 5, down to about the 2 or maybe the 1. Donato got a hand on him. They'll spot him down at the 2. So Phillips Green with a 12-yard pickup. Twins right, split end left. Baxton and I, Rick and Green. Should be Green. No, Woods on a quarterback keeper, dives in over the right side, and Bellaire's on the board with 6:40 to go in the game. 13 plays, Gino, 71 yards, but Bellaire was back at their own 10 on 1st and 29 after the penalty. So that's a big, big drive by the Big Reds. And Marchese is in to attempt a conversion. Left footer. Sitton will hold. Snap is down. The kick is partially blocked. It's up, and it just got over. Oh. Coming through to partially block it was Tony Graziani, but it had enough to get over. And with sideways on the tee. 6:40 to go. Central needs to have some ball control here. Kick, taken by one of the upset, so I think you're up a bit. He's over the 35, and he's out for good field position near the 40-yard line. That's got over the 40. Kick did not help the Bellaire Big Reds defender with excellent field position. They're marching at the 40. Back to last 2 possessions, they've moved the football. Anamai in the backfield over the left side. Lupinetti is caught finally from behind by Gian Angeli. The line go in the game. Central at their 40. Anamai again. 3 backs behind Suckhart. End off, Lupinetti again, penetration. Lupinetti cuts it back, reverses his field. Oh, and a great open field tackle by Phillips Green, as Lupinetti had all kind of running room. He came to the short side. It was stacked up because of the penetration. He reversed his field and had running room to the far side, but Green in the open field with a shoot.
We're doing. I didn't look that far downfield, but he was going to get the first down at least.
A gain of 1. It could have been a big gainer. 3rd and 9 at the Crusader 41. Suckhart is back to pass. He's rolling out. He's throwing, and it's incomplete. incomplete. Intended for Graziani at the Bellaire 40, slightly overthrown, and the Crusaders will have to punt and pin it on their defense with 5:11 to go in the game. 10-7 Central by 3. A nail-biter at Nelson Field in Bellaire, and it's getting much darker, and I'm expecting some rain. Russ has got 10 men up on the line. Need a good snap. It is. Graziani will have to hurry. He'll get it away. End over end. Short kick. It lands in the mud and will drop at about the Bellaire 35-yard line. It's trail by 3. Williams to the right. Baxter and I behind Scotty Woods, the sophomore quarterback. Philip Green will go in motion to the far side. And Riggs will get the handoff right up the middle. And he'll plunge and get a decent gain out of it with very little room to work. He might have gotten 4 or possibly 5. Todd second and not moving down to 4:15 to go. Baxter and I. Full eye this time for Wood. He's back to pass. And he had double coverage. The pass was a little low. Jimmy Delator was there, along with Stevie Nance. The
They
linebacker.
threw a very safe pass. It was nothing but a slant in, a turn in.
7 for 24 for 71 yards for Woods and no intercept. 3rd and 5, full eye. It's look for Green. Up, straight back in the pocket. Passes out to the near side and it's complete by number 8. We don't have an 8. I don't know about the spot. The spot is at the 44.5, short of the first down. It could be Jim Stabinsky.
One's on the helmet.
Okay, 1 on the helmet. Thank you, Gino. A gain of 4 on the completed pass. So it'll be 4th down, although I think they're going to measure.
They are, but I don't know
Six
where.
are on the 45, and the ball is short of the 45.
I don't know where they're going to find a line to mark this off of. They're using a magnifying glass to find a piece of white chalk.
So they'll bring the chains on for the important measurement with 3:52 to go in the game.
Well, regardless, third down or fourth, or first down or fourth down, you're going to go for it on the next play.
I agree. I think it's going to be short.
I think it's right on it. First down.
Very short, very close, inches. About a half an inch.
Well, what you need here is for the quarterback to drop the ball as he takes it away from the center.
So we got at the Bellaire 45.
Well, you don't want to get caught all up on the line here and let someone bust something.
It's a pro eye for the Big Red. Schultz over the football and Central in a gap defense. 6 linemen up front and 2 linebackers in tight. Woods, the big man that he is, probably will keep it. And he does. And he dives and has the first down at the 46. Pickup of a pair. 1st and 10, the Big Red. First down, number 11. Go as they break the huddle. Twins right. Stressing a dangerous receiver. One-on-one against G. Donato to the far side. Baxter in an eye behind Wood. Up the middle. Riggs. And he's sacked up at the line of scrimmage. Greg Peters holding on. Todd Phillipson there. And well, we'll give him no gain. 2nd and 10. Slowly out of the huddle. Bellaire wasting a lot of time down to 2:45. Back to pass. Wood looking for Smith, and he has it. He's got the pass complete. Donato had it. The referee, I think, blew the whistle. Did he or didn't he? What's he looking at?
I think he's trying to stall for time and make up his mind.
Yes,
They're going to throw the game back.
I thought it was a good call. He was stopped. Going to the first down at the Crusader.
With straight, that stopped the clock.
3rd, the pair at the Central 46. Clock moving. 2:20 to go. Full eye. There's that bubble. Quarterback Smith. Wood has the first down and some. Right up the middle to the Crusader 43. Pick up of 3. 80 yards now on the ground and 83 in the air for Bellaire. 12 first down.
Well, they're 43 yards away from the end zone. Mark Chief, I don't know about his range on a dry day. 2 timeouts?
Down to 2 minutes. Pro eye. Woods should pass on first down. He's back. He's looking for Stretson. And it's intercepted. DiBerardino has it. DiBerardino over midfield. DiBerardino dropped off. As Donato had man-to-man coverage. on Stresson, but the Berardino, the linebacker, dropped off and was right in front of the football and grabbed it, and Central has dodged the bullet with 1:49 to go in the game. Big play by Gino. Saw his mom and dad here, and I know they're happy for that youngster.
Well, the way the ball went to him, you'd have thought he was wearing a red jersey, John. He dropped off just into the right place. And I don't know, I guess Woods just didn't see him, and he threw. And there's the Berardino standing there saying thank you.
First and 10 Central. Clock moving, 1:35. Needs just to hold on to the football for their second straight win. Deep handoff. Here goes Lupinetti, right side. Tucks the ball under with two hands. Picks up a couple. And Bellaire will stop the clock with 1:25 to go in the game. Entering.
Crusaders with a second down at the 49-yard line of Bellaire.
Bellaire with one timeout now. Central confused on their formation. We'll use a timeout. The clock had started, so that really doesn't hurt them.
The Carlos Pizza. After Bellaire calls the timeout, so you stand by because we're going to be coming to you. In the meantime, it's a 2nd and 8 for the Crusaders for the entire length of the ball game.
Surprising. Meanwhile, Kevin Spin Dribble Feeney, one of the Crusader managers out there with the water jug, along with, I'm not sure if his first name is James or not, one of the Gibson boys. 2nd and 8. The blitz is on. Deep handoff. Lupinetti right side. Breaks one tackle. Bounces into another. Bounces away. And Bellaire will call a timeout as the ball is about at midfield. 1:19 to go. Central lead 10-7. We'll take a couple of timeouts. Third and 6 at midfield, and here comes Lupinetti, and he'll get over midfield to about the Bellaire 49. Couldn't catch the tackler on the far side as they're near the Bellaire bench. Might have been 25, Mark Milnick. And Lupinetti held to 1, so Bellaire has adjusted on the last two Crusader possessions to that blast.
And Graz has to get the ball off, preferably kick it away from Stresson.
The penalty is going to be now marked off. 8 for 64 yards. Central will be punting from their own 46-yard line as the kicking unit comes on. A lot of new white jerseys in there.
Well, what these white jerseys want to do is make sure that Tony can get it off. And then get down and surround Stresson. Don't converge on him all at once. Surround him and make him come to you. Don't give him the opening.
10 men on the line. He almost had the last one blocked. It's a good snap. Graziani will get it off, end over end, straight up. It will bounce at the Bellaire 35 and die at about the 32-yard line. So Bellaire will have 26 seconds to go. 10-7 the Crusaders.
Let it sit there. They gained a second or two by doing it.
21-yard punt. First and 10 Bellaire at about their own 32 in the shotgun. Woods is back. Has Stavinsky out in the right flat. He'll go out of bounds. On the pass completion, short of the first down, at about the 40-yard line. They mark him at the 39. Pick up of 7. The clock shows 16 seconds to go.
Well, it's time for 2 or 3 passing plays if you can keep it on the sideline.
10 out of 28 for Woods. 90 yards and 1 intercept. The big one by DeBerardino on the last possession.
All the Crusaders have to do is keep the guys in the red shirts in front of them.
Central trying to hold. Bellaire trying to get into field goal position, which would be very tough on this wet turf. In the shotgun.
A lot of stacks, John.
On 2nd and 3. The blitz is on this time. Woods lofting it down the sideline. Way overthrowing his intended receiver who had double coverage by Spike Allen. And Crusaders looking for their second straight. Shotgun again by Wood. Four-man front for Central. The two deep backs are back about 25 yards. Wood's lofting it up, and it may be intercepted, but it isn't. A couple of Crusaders there. Graziani had his hands on it. It was a straight fly pattern to Tom Stresson. We've got 4 seconds left to go in the football game. It'll be 4th and 3. This will be the last play unless there's a penalty, and Central was going to call a timeout.
Tony Graziani saw the ball flying toward the sideline. He went over and tried to make the interception. Now, what you're not looking at is who was over there. Dean DiBerardino was just standing there. The ball would have come right down to him. Tony Graziani did the right thing. He went to the ball. He went up, met it. He didn't catch it, but he knocked it down. So you don't take a chance on the other guy standing there, and, you know, maybe that's my guy, maybe it's not. All you see over there is a brown jersey.
Well, Greg Bain is in the defensive huddle, making sure that nobody gets behind and they do not commit any type of pass interference. The guy can catch it, let him catch it, but don't let him get away, because the clock will run out.
Anything can happen, even to a prevent defense. We saw that last year.
Let's see if Bellaire has some type of a lateral play in mind, a hitch and pitch, lead licker or what have you, a California type of play that we saw a couple of years ago. Wide receivers left, 2 wide receivers right.
You might say he's going to go for the downs here.
Tough to throw the ball far, although Scotty Woods has a very strong arm. He's back in the shotgun. He flips it up high. Couple of receivers over there, and Graziani will intercept at the Bellaire 22 as the game comes to a close, and the Crusaders have won their 2nd straight as they upset the Big Reds of Bellaire. 10-7 your final score, and we'll be back after this message from the Bank of Follensby.